Welcome back. Welcome back. You man, Diamond K in here. Of course, RadioFire.com, the DiamondKShow.com. So much to talk about. Jam-packed show today. Oregon, New Mexico order lockdowns. Some states are trying to resist this. Some states trying to resist the inevitable. But it is getting worse. The governors of Oregon and New Mexico ordered near lockdowns today. The most aggressive response yet to the latest wave of coronavirus infections that are spreading across the country. And even as many of their counterparts in other states show little appetite for imposing strict, hardline lockdown measures. A lot of these places that are getting it bad are refusing. They're like Donald Trump. They're refusing to even acknowledge that things are getting bad. And the Democratic governor of Oregon warned that violators could face fines or arrests. For the last 8 months, I've been asking Oregonians to follow to the letter and the spirit of the law, and we have not chosen to engage law enforcement. He said, at this point in time, unfortunately, we are left with no option. So they're putting that forth. Other places are going to follow. Other places are going to follow. And so governors in many states, New York, Maryland, Virginia, Minnesota, have taken large measures over the last few days, such as limiting the size of gatherings, making businesses close early, restricting capacity or cutting off alcohol sale early in the evening, just trying to get people to slow down and stop congregating. In Texas, which this week became the first state to pass 1 million confirmed coronavirus cases, Republican Governor Greg Abbott has emphasized new treatments and vaccines that are expected to become available in the near future. But it is very disappointing, and I want people to remember which one of your elected officials disregarded coronavirus. And some of his lip service. They say on one hand that they're concerned, but they don't really do anything about it. In Tennessee, Nashville's Mayor John Cooper said he doesn't plan on reinstating any restrictions on the city's honky-tonks and other businesses. He said shutting down just one county would probably be ineffective against the virus because the surrounding areas wouldn't be following the same guidelines. I mean, they're passing the buck. This is why this is spreading around, because you have all these people with different views, and a lot of the views are stupid, just stupid views. And this is why it's bouncing around. If the leaders, the elected leaders, are on TV not taking it seriously, you have many people that are following behind that. And a lot of elected officials are on TV saying they're taking it serious, but you can see that their actions are saying something else. Their body language is saying something else. Short of a profound lockdown, I do not think we have a real chance of slowing the spread. It's gone too far at this point. It has gone too far. So let's do this. You're tuning into the Diamond K Show, Radio on Fire. Take a quick break. We'll be back. And when I say quick break, I mean quick. So in Georgia, masked workers are starting to count the tallies of votes in Georgia. These election workers in teams of 2 began counting these ballots today. And in counties all across Georgia, the hand tally of the presidential race is going down. The hand tally is going down, and that stems from an audit required by a new state law. It's not going to change anything, but I guess it's going to make the president and his cult supporters feel good. I don't see how it's going to make you feel good. You lost, okay? And getting Georgia is not, even if he was to get Georgia, which he's not, but even if he was to get Georgia, it's not going to change the fact that he lost, okay? This law requires that one race be audited to check that new election machines counted the ballots accurately. Not because of any suspected problems with the results. The ballots have been counted. Biden has won Georgia. And Secretary of State of Georgia chose to audit this presidential race and said that the tight margin is why he did it. I mean, it's kind of funny the way that you have Donald Trump's lunacy and childishness having people make moves that clearly are not going to make any difference. Trump supporters holding on. They're holding on to I don't know what you're holding on for. But Joe Biden is the president-elect. Don't believe me, just watch me. You're going to see it happen. Okay, Joe Biden is the president-elect. Donald Trump's going to be out of there. Now, assuming that he makes it through all that he has to deal with from a legal standpoint in New York, assuming that he makes it through all of that, then he can run in 2024. Okay, me personally, I hope that Trump runs in 2024. I do. I hope that Trump runs in 2024 because after a few years of not having Trump in the White House, another Republican's going to come up and feel like he can do things better. Maybe he's a little bit more moderate. Maybe he's a little bit more to the right. It doesn't matter. A new Republican's going to come up. Trump's going to try to come back, right? So you're going to have that extreme, the extreme right. Then you're going to have the Trump supporters, and they're going to be fighting for the Republican vote. They're going to split that vote all up, and if Trump doesn't get the nomination, he's going to run as a third-party candidate. It's going to be a disaster for Republicans if Trump runs in 2024. That's going to be good for Democrats and independents. So I hope that Trump does run because it's only going to further splinter the Republicans. After Trump gets out of office and the Republicans are going to be giving Joe Biden a hard time, these Republicans are not going to be talking about the ones that are elected. They're not going to be talking about, we can't wait till Donald Trump comes back. They're going to be wanting to be the guy. They're going to want to be the guy in the Republican landscape. The Republicans are going to be fighting amongst each other, and I am here for it. I can't wait. So I hope Trump runs. I hope you further destroy the Republican Party. Please run, Trump, please. Because he is definitely going to be the demise of Republicans. We got him out of office. Thankfully, he is gone. He will be gone in a few 60 days or so. So that is good. Anybody that's holding on to the thought that anything is going to come of any of his frivolous lawsuits, and he knows about frivolous lawsuits, right? Anybody thinks that is sadly mistaken. Joe Biden is the president-elect. Kamala Harris is the vice president-elect. And I'm sure that Donald Trump has not been able to sleep. He was so sad. You should have seen him out earlier today, not conceding defeat, almost conceding. He came close to it. He came close to it. Is I don't know whoever's president. Whoever's president. It's just, he's like a little baby. He's a grown 74-year-old baby. But he was out in the Rose Garden earlier today without a mask. No surprise there. Still not conceding defeat. Talking about the process of the vaccine and talking about ventilators, and anybody wanted a ventilator could have gotten one. Oh, maybe you should have sent one to Herman Cain. I mean, what are you talking about, Trump? More than 240,000 Americans dead. He's talking about anybody wanted a ventilator could have got one. Like you did a good job or something. This has been a disaster. People are not even looking to Donald Trump for guidance. He just glided over the fact that we're in the midst of big challenges with the coronavirus. They said that it was going to be a resurgence in the fall, and it is. He denied that it was going to be. Oh, wait, he said it was going to magically disappear. Oh, wait, he said after Election Day they would stop talking about it. All this stuff he's been saying has been not true, a.k.a. a lie. But today he tried to offer up some rosy update. And so, because of you, Mr. I mean, all of these guys, Pence and Azar and all, they just need to shut up. Pandering to him. Oh, it's because of your leadership, Mr. President. It's because, shut up. You sound like idiots. Just talk. Adults don't talk like that. Adults don't talk like that. Besides, Trump's a loser. What are you talking to this loser for? He gave this rosy update on the race for the vaccine. And then, of course, the company is saying that he didn't help, and he's saying he helped. He's trying to take credit. It is hilarious. He's trying to find something trying to have a win somewhere. Oh, he was talking about you're going to be tired of winning. He's losing, lost the election, lost electoral math, lost the popular vote. I mean, it is just, he's going to lose his wife. I mean, but he still doesn't want to concede the election, and you don't have to. He is a boxer that got knocked out. Everybody saw he got knocked out, but he jumped up like, "Oh, I didn't get knocked out. I didn't get knocked out." And you're saying, well, why won't the boxer admit that he got knocked out? Nobody needs to. It's on videotape. He got knocked out. If he doesn't want to accept it, fine. Trump got beat. Fine. Don't accept it. He spoke from the Rose Garden, and as the country is setting records for confirmed cases of COVID-19, hospitalizations, this idiot is on TV acting like, oh, I did such an amazing job. I did a wonderful job. Job like it's never seen before. Well, that part's true. Job like's never been seen before because we're setting national records for confirmed cases and hospitalizations near critical levels. Fatalities climb to the highest levels since the spring. You're right. This is a time we've never seen before. And you've been at the head, which is why a big part of why you lost. A big part of it. He said that the vaccine would ship in a matter of weeks to vulnerable populations. Right? Though the FDA has not yet been asked to grant the necessary emergency approvals. Right? The president's up there lying. He's trying to pull a victory some way. He lost. He is a loser. He's a loser. And what's worse than everybody loses, but a loser that can't accept the fact that they lost is just delusional. Delusional. Health experts have been concerned that Trump's refusal to take aggressive action on this pandemic or even coordinate with Joe Biden's team in these final months of his presidency will make things worse. will make things worse. That's what the concern is. But of course, Donald Trump doesn't care about that because he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He said that this administration will not be going to a lockdown. Well, that's fine. This administration is going to be over shortly, very shortly. And hopefully, whatever happens in the future, who knows which administration it will be? I guess time will tell. But I can tell you this administration will not go into a lockdown. That's kind of close to admitting that you lost. Biden, for his part, has not endorsed a nationwide shutdown. And I think that is going to be difficult for him to do. He probably wants to do it, but he knows that there's going to be backlash. And anybody who thinks that wearing a mask is infringing on their liberties, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But anyway, Biden has appealed for Trump to take some urgent action to try to slow down this spread. I mean, for real, not just say it like Mike Pence does. Oh, it's going to slow the spread. 15 days to slow the spread. Shut up, Mike Pence. This crisis does not respect dates on a calendar or administrations or city county lines or Democrat Republican. This virus is accelerating. It is accelerating right now. And I just am a little shocked at the fact that adults believe what Trump says. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. And so with more than 100,000 new confirmed U.S. cases reported daily for more than a week, Trump has been MIA, missing in action, not a good leader. But he has never been a good leader. Whether you're talking about the Trump organization, he didn't lead that well, or you're talking about the presidency for the last 4 years. He hasn't been good at that either. So I don't know why people thought that he would do anything differently. So when we come back, we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we're going to talk about Stacey Abrams reportedly running for governor in Georgia again. Hopefully she does do that. And we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Diamond K Show on Radio on Fire. We'll be back after this.
I'm John Ossoff. Truth is, corruption in Washington has infected both parties. They're too busy serving lobbyists to serve us. I'll ban corporate political donations and secret corporate money in politics. And I'll crack down on price gouging by health insurance and drug companies who use that money to buy off Congress. We're all in this together. Together we can end the corruption and make healthcare affordable. Fighting corruption is my job. And that's why I approve this message.
From the day we started this campaign, we made it a priority to talk to Georgians wherever you live.
Rep. Warnock, so good to see you again.
Thank you so much for doing this.
So excited about your campaign.
Georgia needs a senator who will stand up for health care, who will stand up for Medicare, who will stand up for our children. We need leaders who will not forget who sent them there in the first place.
I think he'll stand up for me.
We already voted for you.
I think he'll stand up for everybody in Georgia.
Augusta, Savannah, Valdosta, Columbus. They may be miles apart on a map, but the challenges we face are quite the same.
We're completely behind you.
Thank you so much for running.
It's not about him. It's all about the people.
If you elect me the next United States Senator from the state of Georgia, your agenda will be my agenda.
Raphael Warnock will practice what he preaches. We're not getting that now.
I'm Raphael Warnock, and I approve this message.
Hey, well, I'm going to work hard for you, all right?
Welcome back to the Diamond K Show, of course, here on Radio on Fire. And Radio on Fire talks to America through digital news broadcasts and social media content. We are a rising multimedia platform, generating over 375,000 viewers per month through our audio and video streams from politics, breaking news, celebrity info, sports talk, pop culture, and so much more. Radio on Fire connects politics to the hip hop culture. So Stacey Abrams, Stacey she's a New York Times bestselling author. She's a entrepreneur, nonprofit CEO, politician, an attorney, and she is someone who has been at the forefront of the political shift in Georgia. And when we talk about political shifts, we definitely have to highlight the fact that Joe Biden has won the state of Georgia. This is several Republicans going to be out there crying and whining, being babies. This is America. Democracy has spoken. The voice of the people. Joe Biden got 74 million votes and Trump got 71. The people spoke. So Republicans are now being hypocrites because in 2016, they were singing a different song. But now they're doing exactly what they complained about Hillary doing when Hillary didn't even do that. Hillary waited one day, several hours, to make her concession. And when they were talking about recounts in some states, Republicans were talking about, oh my God, I can't believe they're not accepting the results of the people, and all this kind of stuff. The same things that these hypocrites are doing right now. So Stacey Abrams and her Fair Fight organization have really been at the forefront. There are other organizations as well. But Stacey Abrams should be praised for her work fighting voter suppression. And revenge is a dish best served cold, as they say, right? She was unsuccessful in her attempt to be governor. They stole it from her. But what she did was organize and create a foundation to help mobilize voters in Georgia. And she is one of the main people responsible for Joe Biden's victory in that state. She's definitely someone who's credited with helping turn Georgia blue, as they say. So she's a former candidate for governor. And the defeat of the Republicans in Georgia was a big deal. And yes, they're doing a count right now to see, as they say, if the new machines counted correctly. So, whatever with that. But when Democrats talk about the party's success in the southern state of Georgia, a state that Republicans have dominated for at least 28 years, one name has to come up, and that's Stacey Abrams. So she's not said that she's running for governor. She's focused on the special election that is happening January the 5th in Georgia, the Senate race. So she's not going to make any announcements on that because now is not the time to do that. We have to take care of the business that's right in front of you, and the business that's in front is Democrats are trying to take control of the Senate. Stacey Abrams is 46 years old. She is a former Georgia State House Minority Leader. And 2018, she was unsuccessful in her bid to be governor. And she did play an instrumental role in building a new, strong Democratic coalition that turned the bright red Georgia into a political battleground. So was it worth it for Republicans to make such an enemy of her? I mean, y'all might have been better off if she just became governor. Well, I think she's probably going to become governor, but if she became governor in 2018, she might have not been able to mobilize the way that she has. So her efforts, I mean, she's received accolades from top Democrats like Susan Rice, like Hillary Clinton, like AOC. And there is a documentary about her that you can see on Amazon Prime. And it is called All In, The Fight for Democracy. And she also collaborated with LeBron James on an educational video about voting rights. She is serious about voting, and hopefully she will run for governor. Hopefully she will. And Brian Kemp, current governor of Georgia, a rematch between these two would be exciting. I think that it would really be a highly contested race. So she said that her work is not done. And we have seen what is possible when we work hard and when we work together. We know we can win Georgia. That is coming from Stacey Abrams. I hope the future candidate for governor. So let's do this. Let's go to the comment section. All right. So this guy says he's voting for Trump. Oh, absolutely. You should vote for Trump. Oh, wait, it's too late. You didn't vote. I hope you already voted. You didn't get the memo. You should have already done that. Georgia is the only southern state to turn blue. Trump lost a Republican state. That is true. He's laughing. It's funny, but that's how much of a loser Trump is. You know, he's a generational loser, like a once in a generation loser. You know, generation like 25 years, 28 years since Democrat won Georgia. Trump is that kind of loser. Trump is that kind of loser. But Democrats in Georgia have to be focused on boosting that turnout. Special elections are tricky. And you're talking about a few days removed from New Year's Day. You're talking about wintertime. There's so many things. Early voting is it's a pandemic, so I think that may work in folks' favor. But this is going to get interesting, and I am, like I said, rooting for Stacey Abrams to run for office again in Georgia. Listen to the Diamond K Show here on Radio on Fire, at the Diamond K Show at Radio on Fire. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break and come back with more after this.
Right. Yeah. Oh. We might just get hit with the Rico. The legendary Diamond K. They call me Mike Even. That's good enough for now. Look. A nice guy, but a savage within. I spent nights at home trying to battle the gin. Say a prayer once I get off the mattress, and then I Joe button up the shirt and go back to sin. Strippers and good drinks, I'm an addict for them. I'm being honest with myself, I don't have to pretend. He back at it again, start tagging a friend. He won't wait like yoga mats in the back of the gym. A lot of motherfuckers wanna act like your friend. Pay attention to the ones that don't clap when you win. I feel like Drake does with all of this fake love, and I think to myself, damn, all that from a pen. They saying that the kid is next. I got my phone charged up, ready for the hey big kid text. I heard people switch up when you hit success. It's getting different now when I ain't even get there yet. You wanna be paid in full, but be careful. You might just get hit with that Rico. Cause every smile in your face don't mean it's your ace. Niggas be smiling, thinking about taking your place. They can't match my drive, got a license to kill. As soon as I hear the beat, I start writing the wheel. Words flying over heads, I might write with the quill. From daylight to late night, I got my sights on the mill. And every time I hear Meek Millie, I think of Scooter and Lil Snoop. Wish they would've left the hood sooner, but niggas shoot. I hate it when you about to be on. So you already know they wanna holler the dawn. And that's what I don't get about foes. How you say you love God and then go and hate the one that he chose. Ready to blow, and I was right under your nose. Phone been ringing, now labels wanna propose. Javon Ben knew I was ready before I did. Dream chasing, I seen laces behind my eyelids. I don't need no magazine to say what the vibe is. Nah kid, I try to be modest, but I got gotta be honest, I'm hot and I'm coming for mine. Who care if the house full when you one of a kind? I get the shitting on these niggas and roll flushing. My niggas is tall busting, your niggas is short busting. But I ain't in no race, let me relay that. I'm in the kitchen, busy whipping the DJ crack. Spit a verse to make a nigga say replay that. And see my video like I ain't know the D-Ray rap. If Sway don't call, I'm going to Heather B. DMs from the Prince to the DMV. You know cougars love a cool cat. I know how to help Stella get a groove back. You better hope I don't never meet her if you're hurting your wife. Cause she coming for the pipe and a word of advice. And when you don't show, I got whipped cream, so it's looking like we both gonna deserve it tonight. Time behind these bars I've been serving for life. Delivery got me feeling like a server tonight. I'm too fly to worry about the turbulence like I might just go hit Puerto Rico. Man, it's been calling my name, trying to get like old Brooklyn, go off of the chain. On Google Translate, learning all of the slang. Became Rico Suave, jumping off of the plane. Play your cards, you could be the uno. Quiero, mami culo, one papi chulo. I order, I show what the Chico does. Let me turn the lights on, give it that Rico love. They don't know, habla poquito. All I heard was Pop P and some K Ricos. Pablo Esco, Yeezy and Nas. Mix that and get it even the odds. And looking at the boy like they seen a mirage. I'ma keep going even though he cutting me off. Pause, I heard niggas say they want me go hard. So I ain't gonna sing shit, give them nothing but bars. This shit is jaw dropping like boxing Bernard Hopkins. They all watching, raising the bar and I'm bar hopping. And some of y'all thought that the nigga was all talk. Now my team Paul Block, that mean that we mall copy. Get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck you mean? Diamond K album on the way. I'm gonna let you know when it's coming. Mike Even.
And we are back. Yours truly, Diamond K, in here at the Diamond K Show at Radio on Fire. Shout out to Mike Even. That was a session that we recorded a little while back. So shout out to him. Baltimore expected to pay its largest ever police misconduct settlement while resolving this infamous gun trace task force claim. So Baltimore City has reached a settlement that totals $10.5 million to resolve this seven claims related to the gun trace task force. Just another black eye to the city. The acting city solicitor, Dana P. Moore, laid out the details earlier this week to the Baltimore Board of Estimates. This payout is going to require the board's approval. So it is not etched in stone just yet. The settlement includes $8 million to 2 men who served time in federal prison based on evidence. False evidence, faulty evidence, lies planted by these corrupt cops from these corrupt Baltimore City cops. The amount is much larger than the $6.4 million given to the family of Freddie Gray, whose 2015 death in police custody led to a whole debacle in the city, days of unrest and a lot. So in 2010, Sergeant Wayne Jenkins initiated a high-speed chase of Brent Matthews and Umar Burley. Okay. Now, the car ran through an intersection, hit another car, killed one occupant, injured another person, and this crash resulted in a civil judgment against Burley. He was the driver of the car. Now, Burley and Matthews fled the scene. They were later arrested. They tried to flee on foot. Now, here's where it gets crazy. Okay, they had already messed up, right? The corrupt Baltimore City police officers planted drugs in their car, heroin to be specific, leading them to be charged with drug possession and vehicular manslaughter. Right? So it wasn't already enough for them that this happened. They had to plant the drugs. So Sean Suter, the homicide detective whose 2017 death by his, they're going to say by his own service weapon. We'll say that. And that case is still unsolved, was also involved in this police corruption. However, the then commissioner, Kevin Davis, said at the time that he did not believe that Suter knew about the planting of the evidence at the scene. Now you want to be a police officer and investigate something. You know what I mean? It's just, there was so much going on with this case. But Burley and Matthews had their convictions vacated after the corrupt Baltimore City police officers from the Gun Trace Task Force were indicted back in 2017. So they were seeking $40 million from Baltimore City, but I don't think that they're going to get that much as the $40 million. We talked about 10.5 is probably what's going to happen. But anyway, the complaint alleged that a former top commander knew about the misconduct among plainclothes officers. There's a lot here, and it just stinks to high heaven. It really stinks. But in reaching a settlement, the solicitor's office took into account a recent Maryland Court of Appeals ruling that found that the conduct of the Gun Trace Task Force officers in two separate cases was within their scope of employment, and that the city is obviously held liable. I mean, you need somebody else to tell you that? I mean, of course it's within the scope. But this is the type of stuff that is happening in Baltimore City. A lot of changes need to be made. Accountability. And so communication is key. And when you talk about the actions of the police, these are some of the actions that need to be corrected. Now, that does not mean that we don't need police officers. We need good police officers. And when we have police officers that make mistakes, because even a good police officer can make a mistake and can screw up, it still needs to be accountability. But a lot of people think that if you put on the badge, that means you should have no accountability. And that is not true. Okay. That is not true. That is not the facts. That is not what it is. And that's not what it's going to be. So cities, if you want to continue paying out big monies like this, then you continue to not hold your officers accountable. Then you have it's much more expensive on the back end, cheaper to keepers, all that kind of stuff. This applies to everything. It's better to handle this on the front end and have officers that are, first of all, have been properly vetted, and then B, have a system in place to hold them accountable. If these officers were being held accountable, they would not be taking things as far as they do, coming up with gun trace task force schemes and all these kind of games that they're playing. Now we've often heard about officers planning drugs on people, not just in Baltimore City. It's something that you've heard happen, right? But there has to be accountability for this. What is the use of body cameras if you can't hold people accountable? You can't see what's happening. They turn it on, turn it off. There's so much. But this has got to change. This is one of the main things that people complain about when it comes to police. One of the main things. You're tuning into the Diamond K Show here on Radio on Fire, at the Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. And we are back. Your man Diamond K in here. So Baltimore County has issued some limits on gathering, and they're trying to pull back on youth sports. Effective Sunday evening, Baltimore County is restricting gatherings and forcing bars and restaurants to close early. So at 5 p.m. on Sunday, indoor gatherings will be limited to no more than 10 people, and outdoor gatherings will be capped at 25 people. Now, the order, as of right now, does not apply to schools, restaurants and stores otherwise covered by statewide orders. So there's always that little fuzzy line there. The bars and the restaurants must close by midnight. All youth recreational sports activities are prohibited starting next Tuesday. So people were just so, oh my God, we gotta have youth sports. We gotta have sports. It has been a disaster. It has been a disaster. I get so tired of hearing people talk about COVID fatigue. You don't get to have fatigue with the virus. We have to. You're tired of the virus, so that means that the virus goes away? No, it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. As is the case in other parts of Maryland, coronavirus metrics have skyrocketed. The counties, Baltimore County's positivity rate, the case rate, and hospitalizations have more than doubled in recent weeks. It is not a joke. Complacency is a risk. It's a risk. So we had Larry Hogan, governor of the state of Maryland, come out and talk about this earlier this week and lay down some restrictions. Baltimore City has laid down some restrictions. We are at a time of a national crisis, and we need national leaders to put aside their differences and lead. You need to lead. So I think that Maryland has good leaders. However, our numbers are still high, and a good leader sees that and starts to pull things back. And that's what's happening in Baltimore City, Baltimore County, throughout Maryland. And we're not the only state that is pulling back. But I really wish that we had someone on the national scene that could pull back publicly. Say that. So, of course, you listen to the Diamond K Show, Radio on Fire, and the diamondkshow.com. So let's do this. I like looking at the comments as much as I get a chance to. I have COVID fatigue. LOL. It just means you're tired of dealing with it and you're washing hands like 20 times a day. Okay. Let me say it this way, John. You can say you have COVID fatigue, and that's fine. But when you act on this, imaginary COVID fatigue thing, meaning that you just want to get out the house because you're tired of staying in the house, then you go out and you get people sick, or you get sick, or you get your grandmother sick, or you get your mother and father sick, or you get your wife sick, et cetera, et cetera. So it's you can have fatigue like you're tired of it, but my issue is when people start, I'm outside, I'm at a party because I'm tired of COVID. Like, you can't be tired of it because it's still here, right? And you can't do anything about it until the virus has been, brought to heel. And the virus has not been brought to heel. It has not been brought to heel. And I'm sad to say that with this, I have COVID fatigue, and they start acting on it with that kind of philosophy, we're going to have more people die. Is it going to kill every person that gets the virus? No. But some of them, it is going to kill some people. And I think that this type of irresponsibility, this type of recklessness, this type of this lack of restraint is dangerous. It is dangerous. And this is a serious thing. It's like, you tired of wearing your seatbelt. I mean, you need to put your seatbelt on, and you tired of wearing condoms, you need to put a condom on. And you're tired of COVID, you need to put your mask on, and you need to stay in the house as much as possible and not going out to parties and just doing dumb stuff. Not you, John. I'm talking about other people. You stay safe as well, John. Of course, listen to the Diamond K Show, radioonfire.com. I am here daily, 7 p.m. I will be in the mix tomorrow, 12 noon on Radio on Fire. Not sure what I'm going to mix. Maybe classic hip hop, maybe. I'm thinking maybe classic hip hop. I'm leaning in that direction, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. I guess you'll see when the time comes tomorrow. So Trump, when we talk about babies and we talk about irresponsibility, President Trump says that the COVID-19 vaccine won't be delivered to New York until Governor Andrew Cuomo approves it. This feud between the governor and the president have been going on. So during this press conference, we talked about it earlier. Trump said that Cuomo will have to let us know when he's ready for it, because otherwise we can't be delivering it to a state that won't be giving it to its people immediately. I mean, Andrew, Chris, they are going to probably go in on Trump. And did you see Trump's weird wig today? It was very I just, not enough people are talking about the fact that this president, this loser, proclaimed that he would withhold the vaccine from the state of New York because Governor Cuomo hurt his feelings. This is the guy who's supposed to be the leader. You know, it is just a dereliction of duty. I mean, to the 20th power. A lot of politicians don't get along, or you're mad at this one, that, and that one, but you don't take that out on the people because you mad. You know, it is very disappointing. Trump says he won't give New York the vaccine because he has issues with Cuomo. I really want people to understand, if it wouldn't happen, but if President Obama had done something like this, everyone would be holding him. Democrats would be coming at him. Are you crazy, President Obama? They would be coming at him. Republicans would be coming at him. Michelle would probably be coming at him. But Donald Trump says and does these things, and nobody says and does anything. Nobody says and does anything. And these are, I mean, I can't believe that he's just, Trump has made America weaker. Trump has made America sicker. Trump has made America poorer. He is one of, if not the worst president we've ever heard about. Mishandled the virus, mishandled the presidency. It is just, he's just low class, low rent. He's just all of that. He's all of that. But he claims to be the leader of this country, but he acts like a child and looks like a buffoon. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Don McKay Show, at Radio on Fire. We are a listener-supported radio and podcast network, streaming from our production facilities in Atlanta and Baltimore. And we're able to bring you programs like The Don McKay Show because of our listeners and some amazing partners. Partners like DLifestyleSecrets.com. Are you a baby boomer? Were you born between 1946 and 1964? More than 71 million Americans are baby boomers. And as they continue to get older, the goal is to stay mobile and experience as few aches and pains as possible. DLifestyleSecrets.com helps you do just that. They provide a blueprint to reduce and or eliminate joint pain by teaching its members how to communicate with their bodies naturally. DLifestyleSecrets.com gives baby boomers step-by-step videos, natural recipes, and most importantly, the motivation to re-energize themselves naturally. Visit DLifestyleSecrets.com to join this active community of baby boomers. So as I said, I will be back here tomorrow, 12 noon, for the On Fire Mix Show. I will also be back at 7 p.m. tomorrow for the Don McKay Show. So for everyone here, I want to say thank you, and I will see you guys tomorrow.